Vice Premier He Long delivers the opening speech. He says, "On behalf of the Communist Party Central Committee and the State Council, I express hearty congratulations on the triumphant opening of the first National Games." And also extend a warm welcome to our foreign guests. By firmly putting into effect the Party Central Committee and Chairman Mao's policy of developing the mass movement in sports in the service of production and national defense, Chinese sports has seen enormous development in the past 10 years. Particularly since 1958, guided by the party's general line for socialist construction and spurred by the big leap forward, the People's Commune movement and the People's Militia movement, the mass movement in sports has advanced with lightning speed and won striking achievements both in the scale of popularization and in the level of athletic skill. The Vice Premier calls on all to try their best and make the Games a great success. Representatives of the contestants present bouquets to party and state leaders. Dear Chairman Mao, the attention which you and the Party Central Committee have given to the people's health has pointed out the direction for the sports movement. Jubilant young pioneers run in all directions to present flowers to the leaders, foreign guests, and spectators. The mass calisthenics begin. The first item is called Happy Childhood. Children of New China, receiving good care from the party and government, grow up in health and happiness. They love the Communist Party and Chairman Mao, they love their country, and they love labor. Youth in the full bloom of health. Display of strength by people's heroes. The flower of youth. More than 1,000 young girls depict springtime in the motherland by a lively and graceful dance. Mass calisthenics by Peking youth and students turned the stadium into a bed of multicolored flowers. The exciting, keenly contested competitions are about to begin. The National Games feature 42 events with over 4,000 heats and finals and non-title exhibitions. Let's watch some track and field events. All the competitors have gone through hard training prior to the Games. Every one of them is keyed up, full of confidence to win good results as their contribution to honor the motherland's 10th anniversary. Thousands of spectators wait eagerly for the results. The men's 100 meters dash final. Li Bihua, an 18-year-old sprinter, captures the title. The men's 110 meters hurdles. Zhou Yuguang of Guangdong province clocks 14.4 seconds to beat the national record of 14.6 seconds. 52 fleet-footed contestants enter the finals of the 10-kilometer walk, that is, heel-to-toe walk, with no running allowed. The race is won by Li Fude of Heilongjiang province, a 22-year-old Communist Youth League member who started training less than a year ago. The pole vault final. Cai Yishu, a well-known pole vaulter from Guangdong province, comes out the winner. The pole vault final was contested on a high plane of achievement unknown in the previous history of Chinese track and field competitions. The first 8 finishers all cleared 4 meters 10 or higher. There are good results in many other events too. In the hop, step and jump final, Tian Zhaozong of Shandong clears 15.82 meters to beat the national record of 15.65 meters. Bi Hongfu of Shandong smashes the national record for the hammer throw during qualifying trials. Ho Yongxian of the Army team breaks the national record for the shot put. 19-year-old Chung Xiu-yun, a village girl from Jiangsu province. Chung Xiu-yun put the shot 13.97 meters to beat the national record of 13.62 meters. Liu Decui, who a year or two ago was director of a farm cooperative in Sichuan province, throws the discus beyond the 42-meter mark to take fifth place among the women's contestants. The women's 80-meter hurdles final. The winner is Liu Zheng of Inner Mongolia. She sets a new national record of 10.9 seconds, only 0.3 of a second behind the world record. Sprinter Jiang Yumin of Zhejiang province. Already a double winner in the 100-meter and 200-meter events, with a new national record for the 200 meters dash, she now runs in the 400 meters final. And she's ahead again. "56 seconds flat. This breaks the national record of 56.6 seconds. The track and field athletes reap a bumper harvest of new records. Altogether, a total of 43 competitors broke 21 national records on 64 occasions. The horse racing and steeplechase events are held in a gala holiday atmosphere at the foot of Mount Daqing in Huakhot, Inner Mongolia. 14 of China's nationalities are represented. The women's 2,000 meters race. A Mongolian girl, Smuchit, pulls away from the pack to win a gold medal for the Inner Mongolian team. The senior men's 5,000 meters race. Gao Fengming of Jilin province leads the field. He goes faster and faster and gains a long 200-meter lead over the field of competitors. Gao Fengming wins the race. Steeplechase. This is the high obstacle. This is the long obstacle. A hazard zone of obstacles. It's no simple matter to clear 30 hurdles 50 centimeters high in a stretch of 200 meters. All because of a wrong step. Horse racing has a long history in the Chinese national minority areas. It has now spread to over 20 provinces, cities, and autonomous regions. Archery, which has as long a history as horse racing, is also vibrant with new life. During the archery championships, the sharpshooters from the various nationalities improved all listed national records in both the men's and women's events. Xu Kaicai of the Army team. A new recruit who enlisted in December 1958 captures first place in the men's 4-event total. "17-year-old Zhao Suxia from Shanghai wins the women's 4-event total. Chinese-style shadowboxing and fencing are the graceful traditional sports. They made considerable progress in the past few years. Their adherents revived the unique traditional movements and added something new to the dexterity and grace by incorporating movements of modern gymnastic and acrobatics and movements of classic Peking opera." 李富美 of Shanghai demonstrating fast shadowboxing movements. Zhang Haishen of Shanghai demonstrating fencing with double swords. 70-year-old Wang Ziping demonstrating classical fencing movements and stances. Youthful Yu Li Guang of Heilongjiang demonstrating dazzling and powerful fencing movements. Fan Gui-e, a little girl from Shandong province, showing clean-cut, relaxed movements. Shaoshan Kang of Shanghai in an exhibition of delicate movements of bare hand shadowboxing. The light movements of monkey boxing, as demonstrated by Wang Jingbao, a young lad from Jiangsu province. By Lan Suzhen and Ma Sujun of Sichuan province. Indeed, 100 flowers blossom and 100 styles contend as leading exponents of the many traditional schools of Chinese boxing and fencing meet at the national games. Chinese-style wrestling is another popular sport with a long history. Lao Lai of Inner Mongolia wins a bout. The marathon race begins. Some 80 runners race out from the Workers' Stadium along the highway in Peking's eastern suburbs. They have some 40 kilometers ahead of them. Zhang Yuncheng and Zhen Zhaoxin from Inner Mongolia run a front race. The runner in the red jersey is coal miner Dong Yaolu, a well-known runner. Well, as they'll take more than 2 hours to run the race, let's turn for the time being to some other competitions. The women motorcyclists are about to start. Ahead of them lies a long, winding stretch of rugged terrain. Besides stamina and skill, it takes courage and iron willpower to finish the cross-country course. Number 5, Liu Heli of the Army team, is the first to cross the finish line after a grueling race. Well, back to the marathon. It's the halfway mark. The runners have covered over 20 kilometers and are turning back for the second half of the course. Although running on good level ground, the runners will find plain grit a deciding factor if they want to cover the distance in excellent time. Let's go back to the motorcycling races. The men's race has started. It's still the same rugged circuit we've just seen. They have to make 10 laps of the circuit for a total distance of 50 kilometers. Bad luck. An accident already after only 1 lap. But there's still time to make up for lost ground if the machine is put in order in good time. The marathon runners now meet a stiff test. Just 5 more kilometers to go, but only the strongest and the most determined will win. Zhang Yuncheng of Inner Mongolia catches up with his teammate Zheng Zhaoxin. They're now in front of the whole field. Here too, they're fighting it out in a neck-and-neck race. The winner, Zhang Yuncheng of Inner Mongolia. Zheng Zhaoxin of Inner Mongolia is runner-up. Zhang Shiqing, a new runner from Guizhou province, who lagged behind the first 20 in the early stages, makes a tremendous spurt to take 3rd place. The motorcyclists are in their grueling last lap. Here too, only the strongest and most determined will win. first to arrive is He Hao of Peking, an electrical engineering student of National Tsinghua University. Motorcyclists in the road circuit roar into flying speed. The newly paved regulation circuit includes 30 control points of sharp turns and 27 uphill climbs and downhill slopes. It takes fast reflexes, agility, and courage to race on this circuit at top speed. This is one sport where the competition must go on in absolute quiet. The radio transmission and reception speed contest produces outstanding results as 24 competitors improve on the winning speeds of 13 listed international competitive events, a total of 35 times. The all-round champion in the women's typewriting reception event is Zhang Jinghua of the Army team. Her winning speed is 255 letter codes per minute, bettering the international record of 251 letter codes. Rifle shooting is another event that produces remarkable results. The competition brings out a number of world-ranking performances and reveals a galaxy of promising newcomers to this sport. 15-year-old Wei Lie, a game hunter, is a member of the Oluntuan national minority in Inner Mongolia. He captures first place and breaks a national record. This is Army nurse Chan Rung from Canton, who competed in her first shooting contest only a year ago. In the women's small bore rifle prone shooting event from distances of 50 and 100 meters, she totaled 589 points out of a possible 600 to beat the world record of 588 points. Parachute jumping. Chinese parachutists have already bettered 6 world records on 7 occasions. Li Shuhui, Li Guizhen, and Hao Jianhua break the world record in the women's 1,000 meters daytime group precision landing event. All 3 of them have many tricks up their sleeves in dealing with ever-changing wind disturbances at high altitudes. It takes quick decision, agility, and determination to be a good parachutist. This airdrop team is from Shenxi province. The 3 girls had less than a year's training. They delight the spectators with good team formation as they descend for a precision landing. The weather is unfavorable on this day. Wind velocity is measured at 5 meters per second. But the 3 Communist Youth Leaguers make the best of it by keeping close together for the landing. Congratulations, comrades Mei Yan, Zhang Jingwen, and Guo Xin'e. You have averaged 5.11 meters from the target to beat the world record in the women's 1,000 meters daytime group precision landing event. Here people are congratulating two model airplane builders of the Army team, Zhao Jiazhen and Wang Yongxi. In an attempt at the world record, Zhao Jiazhen and Wang Yongxi fly their model airplane by remote radio control to an altitude of 1,260 meters. This beats the Belgian-held world record of 1,142 meters in the model airplane altitude test. Here is a model vessel exhibition by the Army team. The radio-controlled model guided missile destroyer is capable of executing 273 complex maneuvers and movements. The destroyer sails. Radar equipment on the alert. The destroyer returns after a successful voyage. On East Lake in Wuhan, the women's 4-oared shells race is taking place. The Guangdong crew are the champions. They clocked 3 minutes 49.6 seconds as against the winning time of 4 minutes 4.7 seconds at the intercity regatta in the previous year. The men's 2,000 meters 8-oared shell race is about to start. Rowing is a young sport in China, but already the exuberant young oarsmen are setting their sights high to beat international records. The finish is in sight. The Shanghai crew comes first in 6 minutes 21.5 seconds, with the Army crew second, Guangdong third, and Anhui fourth. The first four in this race all clocked faster times than the Olympic winning time of 6 minutes 35.2 seconds by United States crew in Melbourne. In these days, many competitions of world caliber are going on in the Peking Gymnasium. The table tennis matches draw as many spectators as the swimming races. In the men's doubles final, Wang Chuanyao and Zhuang Zedong of Peking versus Jiang Yongning and Zhuang Jiafu, also of Peking. Jiang Yongning and Zhuang Jiafu capture the title. The mixed doubles final, Zhuang Zedong and Qiu Zhonghui of Peking versus Zhou Lanshun and Yang Yueying of Shanxi. Youthful Zhou Lanshun and Yang Yueying capture the mixed doubles title. A lot of new blood is coming forward in Chinese sports. The women's singles final, 19-year-old Hu Keming of Guangdong versus Ye Peichong, who is the 1957 and 1958 national champion of Peking. Hu Keming capitalizes on powerful smashes and nimble footwork. Ye Peichong plays a defensive game with immaculate cutting strokes. In the end, Hu Keming captures the title. The men's singles final. Wang Chuanyao of Peking versus teammate Zhuang Jiafu. Wang Chuanyao wins the match. Tennis match. Zhu Zhenhua of Shanghai wins the men's singles title. The various ball games were the most popular events at the national games. There were 11 ball game tournaments with 3,700 players from 29 competing provinces, cities, and autonomous regions. The football final pits the Army team against the Hebei team. Water polo. Basketball is one of the most appealing games to the spectators. The Sichuan men's team is playing the Hebei team. The Sichuan team, going into the final match with 9 victories and 1 defeat, looms as a hopeful contender. In its last match, the Sichuan players have to deal with the experienced and strong Hebei players. The Sichuan team in a warm-up drill before the match. On the other half of the court is the Hebei team. The two coaches give the players last-minute briefings on tactics and strategy before the match starts.
开球。
Center jump. An Yiping of Hebei grabs the ball and cuts towards the basket for a field goal.
四川队立刻组织。
Sichuan organizes a counterattack immediately.
他们在外围传球，蒋克里中投。
Jiang Keli makes an unsuccessful shot, but he cuts under the basket again, and this time he scores.
河北队进攻的速度很快。
Hebei plays a fast game and scores through its center forward, Mi Baorong.
四川队投篮。
Sichuan misses a shot.
河北队快速攻到篮下。
Jiang Guiming makes a desperate jump shot. Good.
四川队的中锋张根前投篮很准。
Zhang Gengquan, the Sichuan center forward, is an accurate shooter. Look, another good ball.
河北队长传快攻篮下。
A Hebei forward cuts towards the basket along the baseline.
边锋溜底线进攻，四川队犯规。
A Sichuan player commits a foul. 2 free throws,
两罚两中。
and he converts both shots.
四川队沉着进攻，
Then the Sichuan team plays a steady offensive game.
在外围掩护传球。
They work the ball to shooting position by complicated maneuvers.
好球！
Good shot.
河北队又攻了上来，
An Yiping tries a shot, but the ball is intercepted.
双方都利用断球的机会。
Both sides resort to fast breaks, and there is a spectacular and exciting exchange.
四川队善于采用步步进攻。
Sichuan plays a deliberate weaving offensive game and shows close-knit teamwork.
开球到前场。四川
The
队
ball
在
is
外围
suddenly
掩护
passed to center forward Zhang Gengquan in the free throw zone. He makes a jump shot, it's good.
好球！
Another 2 points for Sichuan.
河北队传球到
The Hebei team dribbles the ball down court.
前防区外围。
Zhang Enhong cuts in under the net, tries a basket. Missed by a hair's breadth.
没有进。
But teammate Zhang Chuntai gets the ball and scores again.
泰接球以后飞步上篮，得了2分。四川队又攻上来了，
Sichuan again on the
王
offensive.
思阳脚上撒眼命中，
Wang Fuyang makes a jump shot from the corner.
河北队的刘兆华
Liu Daohua of Hebei makes a set shot from a difficult angle.
黄福阳紧接着也回
Wang
敬了。
Fuyang immediately retaliates with another shot.
现在是暂停，
Timeout.
双方
The coaches and captains have a hurried conference to decide on new tactics.
队员
Players wipe their brows and take a brief rest before the battle royal
后
resumes.
决战。观众也很兴奋，
Spectators look as excited as the players.
即使是比分落后，也毫不慌乱。
Sichuan starts a tactical game.
又投着
Nobody shows over anxiety, although they trail behind.
河北队的
Instead, they work the ball around for openings, and they again score 2 points.
四川队通过中锋，张根
Sichuan misses a shot. Hebei launches a surprise attack for Guo Enhong to score. The crucial moment arrives. Sichuan players maneuver the ball from way out for Jiang Keli to make a jump shot.
又命中一球。现在四川队又拿到球，
Sichuan again in possession of the ball. How accurately they shoot from medium
投
distances.
篮真准啊！比分如犬牙交错，都在
Points
制造
pile up for both sides in the
四川队
seesaw
发动了
battle.
最后的攻击，
Sichuan launches a last attack. There's a pass and a try at the basket.
投篮。
Jiang Keli again cuts towards the basket to score from the backboard.
四川队
Sichuan wins the match by a margin of 30 points and captures the championship title. The first national games come to a close on October 3rd. The games have been a big success, producing a bumper harvest of records. 7 competitors shared 4 world records, while 664 competitors broke 106 national records in 884 instances. Vice Premier He Long delivers the closing speech. He points out that the success of the Games is primarily a victory of the general line for socialist construction. He calls on all sportsmen to refrain from being self-complacent and to continue to raise their class consciousness and sports levels in a communist spirit to better serve the interest of construction and national defense. The big worker stadium is once again the scene of a jubilant mass of humanity who dance and sing the victory song of the country and its general line for socialist construction. Gardens and greenery dot the length and breadth of the land. Endless waves of golden wheat hold promise of bounty from the farm. We are leaping forward in giant strides, and for us, 20 years' work can be done in a single day. New cities, new factories spring up like mushrooms. Countless miracles come into being. Only yesterday, swamps and puddles of mud. Today, a forest of blast furnaces. We will certainly win more glorious and greater victories. No force in the world can retard our leap forward. Just as in other fields of socialist construction in the past decade, so also in the field of sports are many heroes who achieved meritorious feats in the development of the country. Premier Doan Lai and Vice Premier He Lung present sports medals of honor to the 40 sportsmen who have either broken world records or captured world championship titles. Our contingents of sportsmen will, under the leadership of the party and Chairman Mao, the Big Leap Forward and the People's Commune, oppose rightward tendencies and aim higher victories on the path of the Great Leap Forward movement.